Veteran journalist Ted Koppel appeared on NBC's Meet the Press on Sunday. He was criticizing the media's obsession with Donald Trump, saying it was the oxygen his campaign requires, a poll every 3 or 4 days showing him where he is. He then went on to say why that worries him. What he said had a lot of people talking over social media today. Let's take a listen.
Donald Trump is, in effect, the recruiter-in-chief for ISIS. ISIS wants nothing more right now than to have the world divided into Judeo-Christian on one side and the Islamic world on the other. That's exactly what Trump is doing for them.
Donald Trump, the top recruiter for ISIS, he went on to say, I think it's time we start thinking about what ISIS wants and then not doing it, because a lot of people are talking lately, especially ever since Donald Trump came out saying what he did about Muslims, about how we should ban them completely from coming to this country temporarily, about how that plays into the ISIS narrative. What do you think, Jose?
I agree. First of all, that the amount of coverage that the media we grant him, some of us to denounce how insane the idea of him becoming president is, and some others just because of ratings, because some of the networks, the top networks, have come forward and say, yes, Trump is good for our bottom line. So I think that's exactly what Koppel is referring to. On the other hand, bringing this Islamophobic sentiment to the country, it's exactly what ISIS is going to feed from. It's going to feed from a group of people, the Muslims, that have been disrespected and attacking this country. We've seen the uptick in attacks against Muslims, vandalism in mosques. We've seen also the good side of the Muslim population in this country. We've seen how they pulled together a good amount of money, over $100,000, to help with the victims of the San Bernardino attack. Internationally, we've seen 70,000 different clerics that came forward to pass a fatwa against terrorism. So it's clear that where the Muslim world is trying to do the right thing and galvanize their community against extremism, here comes Trump and opens his mouth, allowing for people to go into the direction that ISIS want: hate, division, these Muslim populations feeling isolated and disrespected by the Western world, so they can come as a solution, as an alternative to that hate.
Right, and with absolutely no filter at all on what he says, to the point where even conservatives are like, whoa, dude, calm down, you're making us all look bad, right? And Donald Trump, his supporters, it doesn't really stop at Muslims, though, does it? I mean, it goes beyond that. It goes to African Americans, Mexicans, Chinese people. I think anyone who sort of poses a threat to their white Christian America, anyone who's coming in, they see that as a threat and they're scared of that, right? And then so that they don't look like they're scared, they put up this wall of hate and anger so that they don't look like, someone who's scared of other people coming into this country, period. And no one wants, frankly, to look like a scaredy cat, so they put up that wall of anger and fear, and then they come up with reasons why they need to hate these people. I mean, we had a picture of it. There's gun stores in Florida that are selling Muslim-free zones. Gun stores, right? I mean, what does that say right there?
It's sad, but at the same time, it's important to remember that Trump is not the first one. Before Trump, there was Ann Coulter. And before Ann Coulter, Dobbs. And there's always been a spokesperson for hate and division. And this idea that this country only belongs to the white Christian and not to the diversity, to the melting pot that this country is based off. And the principles of this country are based on diversity. So, yeah, Trump is the flavor of the month, and he's been successful and very, very popular, but at the same time, it's nothing that he just came up with. It's something that has been here, and he was able to just magnify it really, really fast.
Yeah, well, here we see Ted Koppel coming out, a very well-respected journalist who's been doing this for very many years, saying what others are scared to.